We're live. Saturday afternoon, January 3rd. So, good evening, Preston. Yeah, we're nah, 2026 now. We've been in 2026 for almost 3 days. So, got a few people coming in. So, yep. So, no, that's not LA. That's LEW in Florida. Dang. Not good. You know where it is in Florida? It's alright. Columbia. I don't know where. Oh, Columbia County. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's over. There's the, over there, I-10, I-75. Thing over there, Lake City, the junction. Yeah, that's where the I-10, I-75 junction is. Over there in Florida. Thought more people would show up. I'm not surprised. It's normally this many people. A lot of people go back to school Monday. I don't go back till Tuesday, so. It ain't the lowest. Arguably, I've had way lower. I've had 0 many times. That's nothing new. This was Josh's stream, it'd be a low turnout. You don't go back to school at all, or sure you don't. Graduated in 2021. And I start getting the station ready for the new year. Yeah, you said you in Christmas music this week, so it's still pretty much every FM station's done at this point. I don't know any that's still going on for Christmas music. Honestly, it is around the time it ends. Where are all these civil warnings coming from? It ain't gonna feel like a long time. So I feel like you're gonna wake up and it's November again. Well, pretty much. I don't know. All 4 seasons now feel like one big season because of how fast time goes by. In fact, not even one big season. I mean, maybe you expected a higher turnout because it's the first one of 2026, but I don't know yet. Figured this would be appropriate time since I don't really have any much time to stream. Hot and cold, probably. Feels like 2 very short seasons too. F. Paramount shut down 9 TV channels on January 1st and vice versa. Yeah. Yeah, Rick Rolls are back. It is the season. No longer doing the video reports. I've never done video reports except for like the one time at Carowinds and one time at a stadium. Yeah, those are the only 2 I've ever done. I don't do Rick reports much. At all. So. Yep, we just got rid of our Christmas tree. So. Or we didn't. Yeah, we just got rid of the decorations. We're putting them in the attic until You put them in it. We probably gonna put them in the attic till around Veterans Day. And we usually start decorating then. Even though they decided to do it on November 1st for no reason. I would have kept them up until maybe at least I keep them up into the new year usually, but sometimes on December 30th or 31st, gone. But usually I keep them up at least through the 30th, cause like that's the Christmas ain't felt like Christmas this year. It's warm, really warm. Almost 80. That's not Christmas. Let's hope they do their pacer test. It was near 55. Well, I guess you could say that is pretty warm for Pennsylvania for Christmas. Christmas hasn't felt like Christmas in years. I'd say the last time, well, it really did in 2022. If anything, it felt colder than Christmas. Part of Christmas cheer is it being cold. Thing is, the day WLKO started Christmas music, while they started it, it was 75 degrees outside. In fact, they started it when it was 75 degrees in both 2023, 2024, and 2025, pretty much. November ain't felt like November here, and God knows how long. It's usually highs in the upper 40s, low 50s. Spring weather is returning. Yep. Lots of 60s and even some 70s. In the Piedmont. Had a handful of afternoons in the 70s, but no. This winter has just been unpredictable. Dang. Probably in Pennsylvania. I bet you almost everybody's gonna be outside Saturday if it's gonna be 60 there. That is rare. Oh. Camera moment. Ceiling fan. Just ceiling fan. Oh boy. Let's see what's going. You're not running your fan right now. I always run my fan. If I'm in here, the fan's running. I cannot feel hot while I'm sleeping. That's a given. It could be the middle of winter, and I still have the fan on. Middle of a cold blast, fan's still on. At least to here. Your fireplace doesn't work. Well, sometimes in the winter, I'll be out of my room because I don't have a heater in here. So, like, I'm just outside I'm outside in the living room when it's really hot. But for the most part, or when it's really cold, but for the most part, when I'm in here, it's fans on. You're more normal and use your fan when it gets. Sorry, I can't sleep while I'm sweating. Honestly, I sleep more peacefully when it's cold out. So. Because look, I like to be out when it's 70 degrees. So. You think you're about to have dinner? Yeah. I don't know if they're cooking. I don't know if my parents are cooking dinner tonight, or if I'm gonna be heating something up in the microwave or the air fryer. It's nice to be out when it's 70 degrees. Yeah. Though not gonna lie, summer nights, usually the thing I like about summer more is that is for the most part, summer nights aren't too bad here. Sometimes they can be a little humid, but that's about the worst thing about it. But that's really the only benefit. That's really one of the things that summer has over winter. Also, summer you can do more crap outside still, like swimming season. It is still the best time of year for weather. Uh, it's either going to be spring or fall. In my opinion, more of spring, because fall has like really big temperature gaps because it's so dry. So it can be first freeze of the year in that very same day. You reach 80. So I don't even know what clothes to put on. Spring and fall, yeah. Especially, I'd say best months for weather year are going to be April and October. Though sometimes September can be nice, especially later in the month, and early May, late March. Also about spring is severe weather season. Yep. Severe weather season starts here usually. Here we usually get a taste of it in late January, early February, and then severe weather season fully starts in like probably March, late March. Though I'd say severe weather season could logically start in the winter time, because sometimes we get a couple different winter events. But biggest severe weather is gonna be, even though we do get daily SVRs in the summer, so yay. Chet did. Yeah. Yeah, even though it says there's 4 people watching, one of those is definitely Veals, lurking in the background again. Now it's down to 3. I don't know, man. It keeps like fluctuating between 5. Yeah, I was wanting to reach it by the start of the year, but it looks like can we try to get this? I was gonna see if I could try to get to 600 within the first week, but maybe I can reach 600 by Thursday. I don't know. If I can reach 600 by Thursday, I guess that's good for me. Get a great way to start off the year. I was hoping to definitely hit 600 sometime in January. I think we could definitely do that. Your streams fluctuate too. Well, arguably, you have a more active chat than, especially if nobody gets notified. If nobody gets notified and it's a chat stream, there's gonna be at least a few people that hop in there. Here, no. If nobody gets notified, that's nothing. That's me. Just give up. But yeah, probably so. Probably hit 2K. Might even hit 2K earlier in the year. I doubt I'm not gonna. I have no idea. I probably won't. I don't know when I'll hit 1K, if I ever do. If this channel hasn't collapsed in on itself by then. Yeah, he's been lurking. I told you. Either that or he was out catching the pager test. Or both. You got back from eating dinner. Rare footage of him not lurking in the background. I was going to set up a live stream to catch the RWT this week. Yeah, I was going to set up a live stream to catch the RWT this week just for the sheer fact that it was the first one this year. But I doubt I'm going to be able to do that. Because I need to have my phone on me, and I really don't have any other devices to stream with right now. Again, no, if I can actually get it working for one RWT stream, I'll do the computer. I want to catch that and the tornado drill this year. It's probably, because tornado drill is a little more than an RWT, but But you know what I mean. Actually, the only year I caught the tornado drill so far is 2024, and that's because that same computer was actually working. Yeah, we're starting our I don't know the date. I gotta figure it out. It's first Wednesday of March, so March 4th, I think. Probably so. If they don't have to reschedule it this year because of a wind bag, like March 5th. So I'll admit, we're like one of the few parts where March 5th wasn't a bust. Florida does theirs in February. I don't know. I think they might do theirs a month and a half early. I think they do. You're heading to a siren for a tornado drill. Yeah, because you don't got school, so you can actually do that. Lucky. Are you going to do that for Virginia's tornado drill too? Probably so. Go on a little field trip, I guess. I'm assuming you're going to do that for Virginia as well. Now, Josh is probably going to catch a Virginia drill in person. And also but yeah, it's in for Virginia. Because Virginia is closer to your birthday. You, yeah. I could already have guaranteed that have they announced yet? Yeah, they usually do it on a specific week every year. The weirdest one is Georgia. They do theirs in November. Georgia does their tornado drill in November. They don't do it in the spring. Every other state does it either. Most of the states that do it, and there's a couple states that do it in February, mainly being southern states. Florida does theirs in February. Louisiana does theirs in February. Mississippi does theirs in February. I think Alabama does theirs in February too. I'm not 100% sure. Most states do it in March. Some states further up north, I think, do it in April. But, like, yeah, it's mostly March. But, like, there's a few states that do it in February. February is not really that strange of a time to do it because a bunch of parts of southern states, Minnesota and Wisconsin do it in April. Even though in recent years, Wisconsin has had their fair share of mid-spring tornado outbreaks. No, not mid-spring, midwinter. Especially in late February, so like, even though I remember they had a early February event in 2024. If I had to guess, we might have our first event here next week because it shows a cold front coming through. And I'm not going to go ahead and say it because we haven't really big on it, but we might have our first event of the year next week if the cold front brings severe weather with it. Because we are going to have above average temperatures with rain and windy rain. So usually a forecast like that shows for possible severe thunderstorms. So we might get our first SVR next weekend. Let's hope so. But to me, I always like to make sure I can get at least one SVR before it switches to standard time. You don't know when they'll do it for South Dakota? I think South Dakota is March. It's probably later in March in North Carolina, but March, probably. You can look it up on Google, though, Raven. You should be able to find it. So, yeah, my mom just got home, so. But yeah, Pennsylvania doesn't do anything. I've always found that weird. So yeah, Braven, just look up when South Dakota is doing their tornado drill, if they do it, because some states don't. Pennsylvania and Maryland, I don't think, do it. I know the only tornado drill Josh can get in person is Virginia and West Virginia. I could get North and South Carolina, and if I tried, I could maybe get Tennessee, but like that's something I'd definitely have to do in person. Oh, Maryland did it last year. But yeah, I could try to get Tennessee, but that I don't have consistent enough signal of WNG 588 to do that. So I couldn't have gotten. I can only get Tennessee if I'm at my grandparents' house in person for it to get it at the correct angle. Maybe one week I will. I don't even know when Tennessee does theirs. But yeah, there's no way I could catch Tennessee's. Tennessee might do theirs in February too because of Memphis and Nashville both are tornadic hotspots even pretty early in the season, especially Memphis because it's flatter. April 8th, yeah, probably. Guess it was probably either March or April. You'll try to catch as many as you can. Wait, Braven, because you live in near Sioux Falls, I think you could probably get Iowa's as well. Or Minnesota's. You might be able to get both of those. Yeah, you always double check. But if so, then also you could also check for Iowa and Minnesota because I think you can get both of those since you're in the Sioux Falls area, and Sioux Falls is right on the Iowa border. What? What? No, but yeah, I could catch. But yeah, if I tried, I could also get Virginia, from my grandparents as well. And I could probably get that a little bit better than Tennessee, way better than Tennessee actually. What am I talking about? Because WXL 42, but yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get consistent signal WXL 42 either. Some people can get better GSP. I don't doubt. I don't doubt. Jay or Cyan will be able to get the Virginia one, but I probably won't. Actually, I think I could maybe get it on FM stations for the Triad. But again, I don't know if there's any that's commercial free that I can receive from here. So again, the chances are really limited. But again, if I was out of school for it, which who knows? But I'm not. But remember, on my spring break. So you can't catch Minnesota, but you can catch Sioux City, which is northwest Iowa. Yeah, you could. Yeah, also your main station serves a few counties in Iowa. So, yeah, you should be able to get the one from Iowa as well. I smell food. I might be eating dinner soon. Yeah, I think they have dinner in there. I might be having to go to eat in a minute. Well, you can get the drills from streams too. I'm probably... In fact, the only drill I know for sure that I could get from a stream if I tried because of spring break, the only one I know I could get from a stream would be possibly South Dakota's, but I don't really do stream alerts anymore. I don't cover the whole US anymore like I used to. So, like, I think I'm again, if I can, I'll live stream North Carolina and South Carolina because they do theirs the same day. In fact, I'm going to try to see if I can get my iPad working for it, but my iPad ain't in the best condition either. If I can get my iPad working for it, we're going to catch the tornado drill, and if I could even get it working this week, we might even catch the first RWT of 2026. What? I keep thinking we're still in 2025 because that's how fast the freaking year went by. But yeah, I don't really know because my spring break isn't until April. So, like, there's... I could see about going through the web archive, but that also only works for computers as well. You did the same thing with 2024 when it was 2025. Yeah. Dude. How is all of 2021 at least 4 years ago now? How is all of 2022 at least 3 years ago now? And talk about at least. Some of it's already 4 years. Some of it's already 5 years for 2021. And I remember New Year's 2021 like it was yesterday. I remember eating at Subway inside of Walmart. That's the first place I ate in 2021. Of course, sit-down restaurants were very limited at that time because it was around peak COVID. Wow, even realizing that most of COVID was at least half a decade ago just proves how fast time goes by because yeah, it's been almost 6 years. It's been over 6 years since the first case in the United States was recorded for COVID, which I think is insane because again, quarantine feels like yesterday. I swear. But look where we are now. Yep, 6 years. Now, this time in 2020 was actually, like, 2020, the beginning of 2020, if it had stayed that way, times would have been much different now because, like, it was a great time back then. But, yeah, I can't even believe it. I didn't even, in fact, I didn't leave, I remember quarantine, I didn't leave my house for over a month. I was stuck at home from around mid to late March all the way until late April, and then we went to go visit some family in Rutherford County sometime in late April. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, I think that was the crazy part. Yep, I didn't leave my house for over a month. Usually, sometimes, even nowadays, though, like during summer break, it's not uncommon that I'll be stuck at my house for a week because, like, both of my parents are at work. So, like, I'm just stuck at home. And, like, by the time they get there, I ain't going anywhere. So, I'm like, sometimes I have to set up a home gym because I like, lose my progress. But I have a weightlifting next semester, so we're gonna get back on track for what I gotta make up during winter break. Well, it is around 40 minutes, and I smell dinner, so I know some of these go on for more than like 2 hours, so but I don't know if the chat's gonna get any more active than it is now. It might. I don't know. It is a Saturday, so like. Again, I don't know if there actually is food in the kitchen, but like, I guess gotta go check. I don't know. I don't even know what I'll have. That's what I gotta figure out when I get out of here. If it's even cooked for me, because like sometimes I gotta cook for myself, but my little sisters, they're really young, so like they'll get like hamburger helper or whatever. But I'll see what I can eat. Air fry. I love the air fryer. It smells like some sort of like pasta or something, but I could be very wrong because it's not uncommon for the food that I smell to be completely different than what I thought it was. Sometimes I mean completely different. I mean something I would never even thought we could have cooked at the house. Yeah, that's the essential dinner. Yep. Also, let's get a little sneak peek of the room situation. It's a little messy because of Christmas. I still got some crap to put up. Josh, it's Josh's favorite. I know that. Yeah, we've just had some of the basics for the first stream of 26, which, I mean, it's all right. I'd rather have the basics than nobody. So there's that. Maybe I streamed it. I don't know. Oh, well, it did, but I turned this on New Year's, and it's not uncommon that I'll have this running in the background for weeks. Also, da-da-la. Look at that antenna. Look at that antenna. Like no, it doesn't. TV doesn't turn off on its own. I have to manually turn it off. You gotta like how the TV is specifically a Roku one. It doesn't even... I don't... Is this like a... Yeah, this like has a Roku directly built into it. Yeah, my room's a little messy because of Christmas. I gotta unbox some crap and put it up. Yeah. Lighting. What's this? I don't even know. But flash. Okay, I'm basically just messing around with YouTube features at this point. I accidentally made a highlight, so like, hey, thankfully it goes unlisted. So like, thankfully those I delete every highlight, whether it's a good stream or boring, whether it's a boring stream or a fun one. Those highlights are always gonna go bye-bye, because what's the point of having stream highlights when the stream's clearly there? Even though I don't really look back at my own streams much, but you get the point. Well, anyway, it's a nice little chat we had to begin the year. I'm gonna say that one thing is, of course, I might go live. Who knows? I might do a random chat stream before winter break ends. Probably not though, because winter break's got like time clocks ticking. If I can find a way, I'm gonna do a stream on the 7th for the first RWT if I can get my computer or my iPad working. If so, we're gonna catch the first RWT of the year. Then after that, I don't know what my next live stream will be. I don't know if it will be later on in January. I don't know if it will be all the way out in April. I could say one or the other, but we also have potential for March for the tornado drill and maybe a severe weather event. So, with that being said, I hope y'all have an amazing evening, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.